I want you to straighten the legs out in front of you. And again, if there's too much stretch in the hamstring, an option would be to stay on the block, okay? But your legs are going to get straight out in front of you. And you're trying to roll to the front of the sit bones to lift the heart and lengthen the spine. And if you have blocks, you can even put your blocks beside your hands so that you can push down and lift yourself up a little bit higher. Just not lifting yourself off the ground, but I want your spine really long. So you're going to try and lift and lengthen, and then you're going to push down with your arms, and maybe your hands are on the block, but you're not really lifting your hips off of the ground, and then you twist to the right. And maybe you get a crack in the back just from the lengthening and the twisting. Keep the feet flexed. And then inhale, come back to the center. You're going to exhale, push the hands down on the blocks, lengthen the spine, and twist to the left. What we're trying to do is inhale back to the center, is lengthen and twist at the same time. Exhale, twist to the right. Keep the length. So really push down. And so your spine is as long as you can make it as you go from side to side. And really try and turn from the whole spine, not just your head. It's your shoulders, it's your lower back, it's your one hip going almost a little bit more forward. And you're going back and creating the length and the twist at the same time. So we're creating a little more space. Keep going, just from side to side. Last time, back to the center. And I want you to bend your right leg. And you have some options here. You can leave the foot on the ground, but if you have the space, you're gonna lift the leg up onto the foot onto the left leg. You can use a block if you want under your right knee. And you're gonna push down with your right knee, and maybe your knee's on the ground, but if it's not, I want a little bit of support under the knee. And once again, you're pushing down with your right knee, trying to open the hip. The right foot is up and tucked in close to the left hip. And your foot is active. You're pushing down again with the blocks and twist to the right. Back to the center on the inhale. Keep the right foot flexed so the toes are pulled back and you're not overstretching your ankle as you do this. And like I said, the foot can stay on the ground if you need to. Twist. Keep pushing the right knee down as you do this. Creating a little more length, a little more space. One more. And then come back to the center, straight spine, leg stays where it is, and your right hand is going to go behind your back. You're going to grab your shirt or your pants, and some people can even grab the big toe. We don't like those people, but they can. Left hand goes up in the air, and you're going to start to fold forward. And maybe your hand just goes to your shin, but maybe you can reach to your toes, and you're lengthening from your belly, leaning forward. You're pushing your right knee down. Don't hurt the knee as you do this. If you do, you may need to adjust. Take some long, deep breaths. Sound in the back of the throat, Ujjayi, is important. On an inhale, you're going to come back up again. Release, let the hands back, keep the foot where it is. And you're going to take your right hand behind you, another twist. Left hand onto the right knee, look over the right shoulder, just going a little bit deeper into it. Keep pushing right knee down, lengthen the spine. Stay here for a few breaths. Keep the legs active, the feet active, so the toes are pulled back towards the knees. No limp feet. We're going to come back on an inhale to the center, turning the upper body, and then you're going to bring your right foot and put it on the ground. There's a little space between your foot and your left leg. We're going to reach forward with your right arm, first up in the air, and then you're going to reach as far as you can to the front. See if you can get your hand onto your knee, your shin, or maybe even touch your foot in the front. Right hand touching left foot. Keep the belly long. Really reach forward here, lengthening from the belly out. And see if you can start to fold over here a little bit. Keeping the length. Now be careful when you do this, but we're going to actually take your right hand and wrap it around your right leg. So you're going to kind of take it in front of your shin and just fold it behind you. And then the left arm wraps around as well. And some of you may even be able to grab your hands together around the back, around the leg. But keep the arm active if you do that. Don't just passively release the shoulder. Actually keep both arms very active as you lean forward. If you can't, just rest the hands and take long, deep breaths, lengthening forward at the same time. On an inhale, you're coming back up again. And then I want you to fold the right knee backwards. You may need to sit on something a little higher under the left hip. So maybe you have a blanket or a block, you can slide under your left hip, and your right foot goes straight back. Don't wing the ankle out to the side because you're going to overstretch the inside of the knee if you do that. So try and take the heel straight back. So then I'd rather that you raise the left hip if you need to do that. And when you're doing this, you're pushing down with the top of the foot in the ground, so you're almost lifting your right heel to actually activate the foot, so you don't overstretch the ankle. We're going to start by folding forward, lengthening the spine. You can reach forward with your hands, make the belly long. This is where you're really getting the length out of this. And see if you can take your right hand and cross it over to the outside of the left foot. So you're a little bit more stretching to the outside. Nice. Now we're going to see if we can bend the left knee. I'm going to have you grab your left foot or the big toe. You can grab behind the knee if you want, or the ankle or the big toe. And we're going to try and straighten that left leg. You're still sitting on the block if you need to, but you're going to try and reach the left leg and make the belly and the leg come towards each other. Keep going. Cooking in here. Then you're going to stay where you are, lift your head, lift your heart, lengthen the spine, and let go with the foot for a moment. You feel a contraction in the leg, lower that slowly, and then we start to go backwards. I'm sitting on a block, so I'm not going to go as far, but I want to get some stretch out of the front of my right thigh. And so I start to go backwards. If I don't need the block, I can take it out, but maybe I can get my elbows on the ground, keep the heart lifted, the length in the spine, the breath. Nice. And we're going to come up on the next inhale, pushing yourself up again. Remove the block. Bring the legs back out to the front. Sit with a straight spine. Notice an energy difference between right leg, left leg. Let's just do a few twists there by pushing down, lengthening and twist to the right like we started. Inhale back to the center. Exhaling, twist to the left. But really make the length, create more space for your twist. Do it a few times from both sides. Last one. Back to the center. And bend your left knee. The left foot is flexed, so the toes are pulling back towards the knee, and you're going to put it on top of the leg if that works. If that's really not working for it, you can leave it down. But you're going to put something underneath the knee if you need to, actively pushing the left knee into the ground, still lengthening by pushing down with the hands. Twist left and right here a few times. Keep the foot flexed. Last one, keep pushing down with the left knee if you can as we start to fold forward now. Take the left hand behind you first. Left hand behind you and see if you can grab your shirt, your pants, or your big toe. Right arm goes up in the air and we start to fold forward. You can reach for the ankle if you like. The foot. Keep both feet flexed. Don't overstretch that left ankle. And come forward. Long, deep breath. And it's supposed to feel a little bit tight and uncomfortable, that you feel like you can't go any further. And then you take a deeper breath. This is not my good side. Take some breaths. I haven't done this pose in a very long time, and I can tell. And then we're going to take the left hand for a moment, just reach to the outside of the right foot. Nice. Coming back up again, inhaling. We're going to twist, take the left hand behind you, push down, lengthen the spine, right hand on the left knee and go a little deeper into the twist. But keep the length in the spine as you do this. And then back on an inhale to the center. Stay with the breath, and you're going to take your left foot and put it flat on the ground. Left foot is close to your body. There's a space between your right leg and your left foot. Lean a little bit to the inside so that your left arm is inside of your left leg, and keep the foot flexed in front and reach forward with your left arm. And you're trying to get towards your toes, but really roll to the front of the sit bones. Lift your belly as you do this. Forward folds are good for grounding, good for digestion, and all this belly twisting that we're doing. Then you're going to reach the hand a little more to the outside. See if you can get a little more space out of it and take a deeper breath. And then we're going to wrap the left arm around the left leg. So trying to be in front of it. The right arm, if you want, is going behind you. And if possible, you're trying to grab your hands together behind your back around your leg. But don't release the push against your left arm. Keep that left arm active. So you don't just passively relax if you happen to grab the arm, because you're going to overstretch your shoulder if you do that. Keep going, a few more breaths here. And then inhale, you're coming back up again. You're going to need a block maybe, or a little bit of a blanket to put under your right hip so that you can take the left leg back, and the toes, all 5 toes if possible, are on the ground. And you're actively trying to push your heel up towards the ceiling so that your foot gets active. And we're going to start to lean forward from here. Maybe you can walk your hands forward. Maybe you can get your hands to your ankle, but you're still trying to keep a long spine, reaching the belly out of the hips. Long, deep breaths. Once again, if you want to reach that left hand to the outside of the right foot, just to get a little more stretch and length in there. We're going to walk the hands back up slightly, bend your right knee so that we can grab the back of the knee, the ankle, or the foot. I think the foot is the easiest to lift it by. And you can even keep the knee bent, but you're going to try and straighten the leg as much as possible. Roll to the front of the sit bones, keep the spine long, and you lift, bringing your leg towards your belly and your belly towards your chest, but you don't round your back, but you can fold a little more forward. Stay with the breath. And then we're going to leave the foot right where it is, release, and you're going to get a strong contraction in your right leg and lower it slowly. And then you lean back. So we're going to start to lean back. Keep the chest lifted. If you want to move the block, you may, but you're getting a stretch in the front of the left thigh and taking long, deep breaths. Maybe you can even get to the elbows. One more breath here. And you're going to slowly walk yourself back up. You can remove the block, bring the foot back out to the front again. Both legs out. Push down, lengthen the spine. Twisting, exhaling to the right. Inhale back to the center. Twisting, exhale to the left.